whilst we do come together at this time of year to give that ultimate mark of remembrance to celebrate those that have paid the ultimate sacrifice, our biggest act of remembrance is through the year. The work of the police dealing sometimes with the most difficult issues in our society, and the link then back to those members of our armed services who keep our borders safe and indeed defend the freedoms that we enjoy every day. The rule of law is an important one in our society, but our freedom would never ever exist without our rule of law would never be able to exist without that freedom being hard fought, that our members of the armed forces whose sacrifice we are remembering today having happened.
And medical support around the world. Today we are here to remember them and all those who gave their lives during World War I, World War II and the Korean War. Many who are not here today, wars we need to remember for the sacrifice those men and women gave. We should never forget this generation. I am a veteran myself, having served 22 years in the army and spent many years supporting wounded, injured and sick military personnel and now veterans in the justice system. I would like us to remember those injured both physically and mentally who are still with us today but who may be struggling.
Communities across West Mercia have pinned their representation of what that act of remembrance means, and then coming together to here in Shrewsbury today represents communities across West Mercia, recognising the amazing contribution those that have paid the ultimate sacrifice have made to the everyday lives that we enjoy.
And so there's 6 of them, so they've been dotted around the county, is that right?
So they've been dotted around West Mercia, so Shropshire,
yeah.
Herefordshire, Worcestershire, Telford, Wrekin, and of course here in Shrewsbury, and they've come together in Shrewsbury to show that act of remembrance as we move towards Remembrance Weekend.
And how long will they be positioned for on the hill here?
So they'll be here through the Remembrance Weekend, and then as part of the ongoing act of remembrance, again next year, we will go through the same to ensure that generation after generation can continue to recognise and indeed remember that sacrifice that has been made.
For ourselves, for our families and friends, and all those who are dear to us. Lord, in your mercy, hear our prayer.